said for the fact that Bill has methodically stayed true to himself, to his value system as a man, as a husband, as a father, taking the time, despite the countless temptations of Hollywood, to make sure he represented for his family. Indeed, that to me is the most powerful part of his story. On top of his own humble beginnings in Newark, New Jersey, the traumas he had to overcome to get to and through an elite private high school in New Jersey, Seton Hall Prep. What he thought his life was going to be with his economics major at Rutgers, yet finding his true calling because of his unique gift to bring joy to the masses. Bill, yes, is mad funny, but he is also humble, wise, and someone who takes very seriously his responsibility, not just to make folks laugh, but to be a role model, a bridge on how to make it and thrive in a business that is so wildly unpredictable and so wildly unfair for so many. To be sure, Bill Bellamy is not just someone who has survived much, but he is a winner because he has done it on his own terms. His life journey is a grand and honest testimony to not only things that we must and can overcome, but also to the greatest possibilities of the human spirit if we simply believe in ourselves. Kevin Powell, poet, journalist, civil and human rights activist, Brooklyn, New York. Prologue. I remember having a dream when I was in the 6th grade that I was driving a school bus and that the passengers were the legendary singing group, the Jackson 5. They all knew me, and I felt like I really knew them too. We were all on a field trip laughing and joking like brothers. How is it possible that later in my life, not only would I meet them all, but I would be handpicked to interview the king of pop himself in front of the entire world? Remember, there are no coincidences in life. None. Buckle up. You're about to enter into a journey through my life, through a time that saw the rise and fall of the music scene as we knew it in the 1990s. My life, my story, and my legacy are undeniably interwoven with the music that shaped today's culture. I dream in verse to help you understand me and what I was going through at various phases in my life. I open up each chapter with a different song title. Nothing evokes memories or cements them in the archives like great music. True to nature, I approach this memoir as somewhat of a soundtrack to my life. Some parts rough and tumultuous, others smooth sailing. So sit back, reminisce with me, and enjoy reliving some of the key moments that make this Newark, New Jersey native the legendary Bill Bellamy. See you on the flip side. Chapter 1. The Making of a Bill. Love and Happiness, song by Al Green. Before there was the cool, funny, charismatic, well-dressed Bill Bellamy, there was the poor, frustrated, soda-slinging William Bellamy that had to claw his way out of the ghetto. This is the story of how I found myself and found my way to fame without losing William or my soul. My mother had me when she was 16. She never finished high school, but to this day, Etna Hall will always be one of the smartest, most insightful people I've ever known. My dad was 19, or so he said. I'm not going to lie. The math is a bit fuzzy around that story. And if you judge by today's standards, he was fishing in the danger zone, just like many people's parents. They were two young kids who got caught up messing around. They were out there doing grown folks' business with grown folks' results. That's how my melon head popped into the world on April 7th, 1965, William Bellamy Jr. Etna Hall and William Bellamy Sr. met in high school in a small town called Cottondale, Florida. Etna was a cute little sassy, voluptuous, brown-skinned beauty that had a mouth that far exceeded her years. She was slick-talking and fast-walking. She was funny as hell, and that's where I think I got a lot of my character. Even though she was a tough cookie on the outside, my mom was...